Metaloid here, and it is a bright and early morning in sunny Southern California. Now, it is late December, I guess maybe about the 20th of the month. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here. We're going to have typical California weather. You know, of all the negatives with this state, I gotta say the weather, you can't complain about too much. It'll probably warm up to 70 degrees today. We still have, good fishing to be done, although the bluefin are hiding out from us right now. But I'm not here to talk about bluefin. I'm here to talk about, something that probably won't be with us all that long, but maybe we can get a month or two out of it. We made the biggest buy that we have done so far in almost 20 years of being in business. And it's a pretty exciting one. And it's a great opportunity for those folks that visit our YouTube channel and visit our website and support us. About 3-4 years ago, Okuma, which we have learned to respect, initially did not do so much of that, but with the introduction of a reel called the Kavala, followed by the Makairas several years back, they established themselves as a premier supplier of serious saltwater gear to anglers. That company, initially their reputation was not great. We did not carry them. We had problems with them even on the spooling machine. But they learned, they listened, and they came on really, really strongly. And I mentioned the Kavala before, but that was the beginning of changes. And they offered the Kavala a lot more reel for the dollar, well executed at a value price. And I'm sure they weren't making a heck of a lot of money on them. But that was the beginning of major changes as far as the consumer perception, fishermen's perception of the reels and of their quality. The Kavalas were followed by the Makaira series. The price increased naturally enough because they had established their reputation. And then that price increased just a little bit more down the road. But they've been excellent pieces. Now, a few years ago, Okuma introduced the Metaloid series of reels. And these things were, again, like the Kavalas. They were a major shot across the bow at every manufacturer out there. They offered more for less money than anything else on the market. Specifically, the 2-speed gear. The single speeds, nice reels, but the 2 speeds just blew the socks off of every other manufacturer out there for what they were. All metal reels, great free spool performance, high drag performance at a wonderful value to the consumer. The Model 5 and the 5 narrow 2 speeds were made to sell at $229. A ridiculously low price. It could have easily been, $300. Pin, for instance, on the Fathom series that kind of followed, the Metaloids, made out of cast aluminum instead of being cold forged and machined. The quality of the Metaloids was exceptional. They followed up the 5 with the Model 12, the 12 narrow, and we'll go through those a little bit. But let's get back to the buy and what we did. It was the biggest purchase we've made, literally 3 pallets worth of reels. We cleaned out Okuma's warehouse. They will have no more, and they won't have any sort of replacement in the market for many, many months, probably be late summer or fall. The Metaloids are winners. And with that kind of buy, we were able to negotiate a wonderful price, and we're able to bring these to market, as long as we've got them, for a price that's anywhere from 60 to 80 bucks less than their retail price. 60 to 80 bucks less. That means a 2-speed reel you can get for 159, 169 bucks. In the case of the 12s, which are pieces that compete very favorably with reels in that almost $400 price point, we're able to offer those at 219 stinking dollars. So 159, 169, and 219. Ridiculous pricing, and this is our holiday Christmas gift to our clients. This video won't be posted all that long. Probably once we run out of inventory or it gets kind of dear, we'll pull her down. But I absolutely wanted to get the word out to our clients and the folks that visit our YouTube channel, to definitely, whether you need one or not, You can never have too many 40-pound outfits. You can never have too many 50, 60-pound outfits. In my book, if you do any long-range fishing, fish from a private boat, fish from a kayak, whatever, these are reels worthy of serious attention. Okay, let's look these reels over a little bit. Now, this is the 5 narrow, followed by the 5. Lever drag reels with a shroud, which is a wonderful thing. That means that some reels just have a little tiny button coming out the side here, which can get sheared off if you're not careful or somebody bumps it. Nice feature, and that's what they do on the Makairas as well. Simple 2-speed mechanism operating the index finger and thumb. So that drops the gear ratio down. That brings the gear ratio back up. Standard lever drag. Great freespool performance off of these things. I don't know if we can zoom in and see that very clearly, but the things spin very, very well. And at this point, they've been on the market for about 3 years, and they have well established themselves with, plenty of the big bluefin like we've had out here. I've seen 150-pound bluefin taken on these guys on the 12s, and I've seen bluefin in that range of well over 100 pounds taken on these guys on the 5s, 5 narrows. It's stunning what they can do. The lever, it does have a stop. So this would be our strike position, and you have to depress a button to go all the way up to full. How much drag do these guys have? Well, you've got 14, 15 pounds measured at strike with full freespool performance, and they will button down like 24 pounds worth of drag. That makes these reels very, very compatible with fishing at realistic drag numbers and appropriate drags. At say 40-pound line. Some guys will fish them at 50. Typically, guys are putting 50-pound braid on here, on both of the reels. But 40-pound here, fishing it at 30 would be real appropriate on the narrow. 50-pound braid followed by maybe 40-pound on your top shot. On the mono, very appropriate for the 5s. In terms of line capacity, we try and keep specs on what the reels actually produce, but we're looking on a 5 narrow on braid over 400 yards worth of 40, about 350 yards worth of 50-pound. So good line capacity, even on a narrow 5. And when you go to the 5 narrow, when you go to the full-size 5, there, 475 yards of 50 is what the manufacturer states, 310 yards of 65-pound braid. That's realistic line capacity for most any application you want to put them to. Wonderful reels, and again, at the present time anyway, not $219, which is a steal as it is, but $159 here. All metal construction, cold forged as well as machined on the reels. Excellent excellent production quality, and excellent fishing machines at a realistic price, that makes the single speed reel something that doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense, for this type of quality. On the 12s, we bump up that drag, and some guys will load as much as 80-pound on here. Frankly, on the 12s, I like going with 60, 60, 65-pound braid, and then fishing these pieces at say 50-pound on top. You could go up to 60, very realistically. Certainly, you've got the drag for it. With freespool, these guys will produce 27 pounds worth of drag, up to 27 pounds on the 12, up to 15 pounds on the 5s, with freespool. And then button down, my gosh, you get 34 pounds of drag on the 12s. And again, 24 pounds on the 5s. As far as the buy goes, $159, $169, $219 compared to $299, and at $299, these guys were steals. Compare them. I love my Abbott reels, but on a JX, which this is roughly equivalent in terms of size, heck, at $299, we're about $80 less than a standard JX, which will produce drag that's considerably less. The drag on a JX is about like the Metaloid 5s. Now, these guys produce drag that puts them into HX territory, quite frankly. Ridiculous, just ridiculous. And if you're a kayaker and you're worried, I don't want to spend really a whole lot of money, but I want to, I know I'm going to get wet and I might even lose my gear. These have to be top choices. Absolutely have to be top choices. And then on top of all that, has a 3-year manufacturer warranty. 3 years parts and labor from a real company with a great service department. I didn't mention on the 12s you also have the lugs, which you can go ahead and pop out so they can be flush, or you can go ahead and have those lugs out and clip on if you're using a troll application on a boat, or you want to tether those on your kayak or whatever so you don't dump them overboard. In any event, this is a Merry Christmas holiday gift from Okuma and Sharkbait to you. To our competitors, sorry, I just kind of beat you to the punch on this one. But they will be gone at some point, and so the playing field will be back to relatively even again. Take advantage of them while we got them. And again, this video will go down, hopefully, and I'll black it out or delete it. But I certainly wanted to get the word out while we've got inventory, because this is an exciting buy. $159 to $219. Doesn't get any better than that as far as value in sport fishing gear. I don't care if you need one or not. You want one. You should have it, because you can never have too much gear that'll fish in the line classes that these guys do. And realistically, we'll never see another buy like that. Okuma did exactly with the Metaloids what they did with the Cavallas. You bring out a better mousetrap at a value that just knocks the socks off of the competition, and you establish the piece. It's a credibility builder for that company. Gets the word out, gets them in the hands of people, much like Avid did with the SXs and keeping the first generation product on the market for so long. They just simply wanted to suck out the air, from the other manufacturers' capabilities of producing reels. And Okuma did the same thing here. They will have a replacement for these, and again, the replacements will come probably in fall or late summer. And judging by the history, they're going to be more expensive than what the Metaloid started out at, and they certainly aren't going to be anywhere near the value of these guys. And we have a 3-year stinking warranty. So that's the story, and it's a darn good one. In closing, if you need a new reel, definitely jump on some of this stuff, because it's great. Whether you need it or not, it's something worth getting. And if you know someone that's getting into saltwater fishing, and in general, we start thinking, oh my gosh, 2-speed reels are so expensive. But they're great, but they're so expensive. And I'm new at this. I don't know if I want to put that kind of money into a 2-speed reel. I got to tell you, you can do an awful lot worse. You will do no better than what these reels offer for the price. I should also mention the anti-reverse system. These incorporate double dogs, so you've got dogs as well as one-way bearing. Having the dogs on there is security. They are quiet. The clicker is loud, as you can hear. They're just wonderfully executed, And even the little things that I always try and note, how about, how are these going to do in terms of corrosion, down the road? Is there a way that that they can breathe, for instance? Well, I don't know if we can make these out again, but we've got 2 holes drilled here, another one here. On the gear case, there are a pair. And what does that allow the reel to do? So when it's at rest, if there's any saltwater intrusion, which is going to happen on a reel, we're going to be able to have that vented, and it is going to get out of there. Plus, when you wash the reel, same story. And when it's on the rack, when it's on a rod, we still have the ports down here at the bottom, and it's a pair of them. They're just, like I said, they're well executed. And for $219 for a reel like this, or $159, $169 for the 5s, it's killer. So in any event, enjoy them while we got them. And thank you for visiting Sharkbait. Thanks for the support over the years. It is much appreciated. And I've got a couple more videos to knock out. There's so much new stuff is coming. ICAM and all that good stuff. I'll be producing those and get them up as soon as I can. I'll give you something to do when you have a few days off for the holidays. Thanks for watching. Mark out.